Hey, Angie Rae here with Girl That's Toxic. It's good to see you. Like and subscribe below and comment because I write back and I appreciate you greatly. Well, let's get on with it. Love is Blind, Season 5, Episodes 5, 6, and 7 dropped on Friday. And, ooh, child. I don't know what to say. Yeah, I do. Okay, so let's start here. Okay? This, hold up, let me get you here. This specific hot mess. This specific hot mess. Oh my goodness gracious. I thought the whole uche, ouche thing with Aaliyah would be over. No, there's more. There's more of him. And I just have to say, I am disappointed in the women on this show. I just find that all of them are pick me, irrespective of how these men are treating them. I'm not aware that any of these men deserve to have pick me girls. I'm just confused. Pick me women, whatever. So Uche and the producer are talking, and the producer's like, hey, would you like for me to get in touch with her? Because Uche's like, if you love me, you shouldn't just leave. You should talk to me. So they get her on the phone, and she is but crying. Come on, sis. Come on. This guy did you wrong in so many different ways. And you showing up crying and, but Uche, I love you. This guy is treacherous. Okay. He is a jackal. Okay. He is not to be believed. He is trusted. I don't trust this at all. So let me see what I write, because I was watching right now. He said he was confused. He didn't understand why you left without saying something to me. Again, I found him to be very self-centered, self-indulged, self-absorbed. He kept saying, this doesn't make any sense. Are you crazy? Kept saying, I need to talk to her. I mean, and then he says, you love someone, so you talk to them, but you just left. And she explained to him, Aaliyah explained to him that she and Lydia had had words and that it was just too much for her. And it sounded like to me, Aaliyah was taking advantage of, let me take care of my mental health, which is what we all always need to do. Protect your mental health, because this piling steam of is a hot poker mess. Okay. And this right here, what I see people, this young woman, Aaliyah, her mental health was not protected. So, he said he didn't want to talk to her or see her again. This is what he ultimately said. And what I found is that he was becoming increasingly aggressive in his tone. He doesn't shut up. He keeps talking. I get it. He's a lawyer. I am too. We're talkers. Shut up. This is about a relationship. And the more he talked and the more aggressive he got, the more and still crying and still saying, I still love you. Where's the self-respect, Aaliyah? This guy he's showing you who he is. So I appreciate you, Uche. I appreciate you for showing me and everyone else who you are. But Aaliyah doesn't seem to want to acknowledge what's right in front of her eyes. So at this point, that's on you, Aaliyah. That's what you want. That's what you're going to get. So then later on, as we saw, they met up at a restaurant to talk. And again, I'm still in love with you, Uche. Pick me. Please pick me. Come on, sis. He's never said he's still in love with her. No matter what he said or how he said it, no matter how insulting I thought comments were, no matter how aggressive and nasty I thought he was, she kept saying, she sat quietly, silently, and just kept saying that she loved him. And he talked about the fact that Lydia invaded his privacy and all this stuff. And, and you're letting her get in the way of us. No, you let her get in the way of y'all. You lied. You lied, Uche. You got on Aaliyah. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Because she said she had cheated in her past. Me too. Human beings do things like that, okay? But who are you to judge me? So now he wants to judge because he's a judgmental person. And so he's judging the way she chose to leave. And she chose to leave without saying anything to him. That's her prerogative. But he became aggressive and nasty and quite hateful about it, and made it clear that he didn't want to have anything else to do with her. So, you know, look, ladies, I'm always going to respect you 24/7, upfront, 100%. But when you start letting folks like this, some men chip away at you and I'm watching it, that's painful. It was so painful to watch because I'm like, stop being a pick-me girl. Go at this guy. Say something. You're letting him say all these things, and he will not shut up. He will not shut up. He pulled Lydia aside, and because I guess all of the folks came back and they were all meeting the people who were engaged versus those who, were contestants and all. And so he showed up and wanted to talk to Lydia, and he's like doing it again, being aggressive, and I don't care about Lydia because I think she is sketchy.com. But she got up and left. He's like, no, don't leave. Come back here. Just really, really aggressive. And I don't like that. And I don't find him attractive at all. And these women need to quit being pick-me women because it's not just women who are interested in uche ouche. No, it's not just them. So, haven't been exhausted with that. Oh man. Who are we going to talk about? Let's talk about this lady. Here, hold on a second. This kind of got a little wider than it needed to be. Okay. So, y'all. Taylor and JP. Holy Toledo. Oh my God. Y'all. This guy is so weird, awkward. And you know what? When we first met him, I thought it was very refreshing, his awkwardness. I thought he was just a real, genuine kind of guy, like the antithesis of Uche, let's say. Oh, Angie Rae, you were wrong. R-O-N-G, not W-R. I was R-O-N-G wrong. Whew, I could not believe. So the first thing I peeped is that he doesn't know how to kiss. And if you don't know how to kiss, the party is over. Kissing is the start of everything. And I kept watching. I was like, oh, he can't kiss. Okay, so strike one. So then I'm noticing that Taylor is very good at, I am too, doing the chit chat. But she would do all the talking and he would just have the stupid smile on his face and say one-word responses, wouldn't provide any conversation. She mentioned it at some point. Is everything okay? Oh, fine. Then for whatever reason, Taylor is sensing and feeling that things are just not the way they were in the pod between the two of them. And she mentions it to him. And at this point, they're in the bed together. I don't know if they're getting ready for bed, but she doesn't have any makeup on, blah, blah, blah. Y'all, can you believe that this guy had the audacity to say to her that he thought she was fake because when he first met her, she had makeup on. And remember when he met her, she said something about her eyelashes. She said, oh, I've got fake eyelashes on. He said, yeah, I can tell. And when he said that, I was like, that's not what a man should say at all. If anything, you should say, I couldn't tell. But this guy decided he's so immature. Again, another one who's self-absorbed, self-indulged, doesn't know anything about courting a woman. You don't seem to know anything about women, period. Because if you did, you would know certainly not to say what you said to her. And what is this? Like, you fell in love with her in the pod. And this is what I said about the show. This is the tricky part of the show. is the emotional connection occurs where there's a wall, emotional connection. And when you finally see each other, you have to find a way to marry that voice and the emotions that came out during your conversations in the pod with what you see. And sometimes your brain just can't make it work. And I kept saying she was going to have a problem with him. I never in my wildest dreams, didn't have it on my bingo card for this year, that JP would be as hateful, judgmental, and nasty as he was. I mean, but let me say this. Even when he was saying this, she was still acting like a pick-me girl for me. And I'm like, this is crazy. What are you doing? These men are saying crazy stuff about these women, and they are still like, pick me, pick me. I, I, what? Wow. It just, if you look the way you do now with no makeup on, wow. So this show is a bust this year, as far as I can tell. I am very unimpressed with the folks they've selected, and I don't believe in coincidences. It's not a coincidence that Uche Auche was there and his ex Lydia. Not a coincidence at all. And so I don't like that with respect to the producers in the show. They're going to have to explain to us how that all happened, and that better come out in the tell-all if it doesn't come out before. I'm just letting you know. So this here, he's a hot poker mess. He's rude. He's disrespectful. He doesn't understand women. He doesn't know how to talk to women. I don't know if he's ever dated before. He didn't seem like it. He's a firefighter. Not like the firefighters I know. Okay. So now, what about them? Okay. So let's see. Let's make it a little bigger. Okay. So Izzy and Stacy. And I like them. I like her. She's very funny. She has a great sense of humor. And I like to laugh. I'm always laughing. And laughter is so important in my life and so important in your life as well. The endorphins that it releases and just the joy that I love to be in that space. And she is a funny person. She likes to laugh. She likes to have fun. And the two of them together, that's the one thing I wrote down is they laugh a lot. That's great. Well, but then, they leave the honeymoon, pre-honeymoon, whatever, the vacation, and they, return home. And the first thing I notice is she's in a big Mercedes, and there's another Mercedes station wagon in her garage. So I'm like, okay, so she's a woman of means, or her family has money. And I did not quite understand the conversation that they had about about bills, I guess. And again, it seems like folks haven't dated before because Izzy was like, well, yeah, we'll split things down the middle. And that's not really what Stacy was looking for. She's looking for, you will pay for dinner. She's got this big house that she's trying to renovate. She's trying to figure out what's going to be your contribution to this. And it just started to feel like, he may not be the person for her due to socioeconomic reasons. They met with her family, and the dad, everybody was very nice. The dad was very nice and took him aside and had a conversation with him and let him know she likes to travel. She likes to do all these things. I'm not asking you how much money you make. I'm not asking you what you do for a living. I'm just letting you know that this is the lifestyle she likes to lead. And I think that may be a sticking point because she has a strong personality. She's a strong woman, and I don't think she's going to compromise on some things. So, and I think he's just cute as a button. But we'll see how things turn out. And I thought his apartment was nice, and I liked the rugs. So different strokes for different folks, right? Okay, so now what about these two, Milton and Lydia? So let me just be honest. I feel like Lydia is phony.com. Sorry, I don't think anything about her is 100% genuine at all. And I am tired of her because she's 31 and Milton's 24. And when you're with younger people, because I date younger, when you're with younger people, stop saying things like, oh my gosh, you look like you're 24. Oh, your apartment looks like a 24-year-old's apartment. Oh, why are you doing that? Okay? Why are you doing that? She's she she's tricky. She's always dog whistling, and I don't know if I feel that her component of the relationship is as genuine as his. I do feel like that he is genuinely in love with her, and I like the fact that he's not, he has a cute sense of humor. I remember once he told her to shut up or something, or just that he's not taking any guff, and I like that about him. Um, Again, I am curious to see how this turns out because we know things about her from her relationship with Uche, and we saw ourselves, okay, how she was treating Aaliyah and how fake and phony and just awful, okay, she was to another woman. And so I don't know about these two. If I was a betting woman, they met with her side of the family, and her side of the family is like, yep, we accept you. I think it was her brother and her mother. I don't know. Did they meet Milton's people? I don't recall. Anyway, I don't, I don't see this lasting because I think he comes across as a very genuine, real person, a nice guy, and she is manipulative and has something else in mind. And I don't know what it is yet, but we're going to hang around and find out. So, having said all of that, woo woo, Love is Blind. 3 more episodes, I guess. We'll have 8, 9, and 10. And then the tell-all, and I will be here for it because I am here for it. Okay? Now, one last thing I want to let you know. Taylor has made it clear, let's get back to Taylor. She's made it clear that that the comment about the makeup is not what made her break it off with JP. She broke it off. She gave him the ring back. It was the fact that she said the person that she talked to in the pod, the person she had an emotional connection with, was not the same person who rolled out of the pod and etc. So, yeah, that happens. Good for her. Moving on with her life. She sounds positive. They have not met up again, but they have, I think they talked once, and, she seems like she's in a really good spot. He looks terrible. So, this is going to be interesting to tell all because people are going to be coming after him and he's going to have to defend himself, and that will be interesting. But again, like I said, I'll be here for the next iteration. Whenever it comes out, we'll be here on Girl That's Toxic with Angela Rae.